think that's it. Deselect. So I can see. Or I'll go select a piece of fence over here and then I will deselect this. Yeah, that's all done. Cool. I'm hoping 3.5 meters is enough. I mean, it might not be. And then I will... But then what I can do, I can select the entire enclosure and pull the whole thing up, I believe. So it's fine. I think someone's doing some fireworks outside. Bit late for that. Then again, actually, I suppose it is technically the Saturday after fireworks night, so that would be a time that a lot of people might want to be doing fireworks. Okay, we have a barrier. It is climb proof. I'm kind of thinking I might want to select the entire barrier and pull the whole thing up. I have a feeling that 3 meters is possibly not enough to keep orangutan. Sorry, to keep chimps in. It's chimps that we're putting in here, isn't it? So yes, and we will also need a gate. So, and we're gonna also need somewhere where the guests can't see. So maybe just down here along a little bit of a staff path or something. Let me do a staff path. And then we'll put some trees and stuff. I mean, because there's trees and stuff around there, so it'll block a little bit of vision of... Guests don't like seeing staff areas, so... Paths. Where are the staff paths gone? Oh, there they are. Okay, so I'm gonna do a nice blue staff path. Hello? I don't know why that needs to be... Well, let's Control-Z it. Why that needs to be like that. That's very odd. Make like bridges over the rivers and things. It's actually pretty cool, but it's not really what I wanted. Okay. I believe there's probably a way to pull that down. There we are. So this will be to the keeper's hut, because you're gonna need a keeper down here. This is miles away from everywhere else. So facilities. See, I'm not mean. I give them nice things. Staff facilities. Gonna want keeper's hut. Research center, research center, research center. Oh, that's under research. That would be why. Keeper huts. Here we are. Well, there's some cute ones. Yeah, a large classic keeper hut. That sounds fine. Pop that down here somewhere. Snap it to the path. Where's the door then? There it is. Oh, doesn't that look cute? Right, now I want to look on the overlays and just see where the power is. So I want to know... Power. What isn't powered around here? So look, we've got a big old power shortage over here. So I'm going to need to put a transformer down. Just so that the keeper's hut and the everything has enough power. Let's pop it down there. Terrain modification failed. Oh. I guess there's only certain places it can be. There we are. That's given us a little bit of power. At least a part of the enclosure and to the keeper hut. And if I put some trees and planting in there, hopefully that'll keep them from being able to see. So one thing I do quite often is put a bamboo screen or something in front. I don't know if I really need to do that. So I'm going to put a keeper gate in as well. And that's better off down this side. There we are. And I'm going to come out of this. Do a little keeper gate in there. They can go from the path into their gate, and they can go and see the chimpanzees. Okay, so I need to get them out into here now, I think, and then I'll give them some enrichment and stuff. I mean, food maybe. Maybe. Just need a standard water bowl and a standard food bowl. I mean, put them kind of close to the keeper gate, and that way the keeper doesn't have to walk too far. I don't really know what food they have, though. Maybe we can put one of those in. Oh, it modifies the terrain. Ah, that's so much nicer now. I mean, I don't know if they have a trough, a tray, a bowl. What do they have? Tags, aardvark. Okay. Oh right, they'll have a large water bowl. That apparently is completely their thing. Alright, that's fine. What's a food tray? Lions and stuff. That's all like big cats and all dogs and stuff. Food bowl. Food trough. Feeding platform. Ah, they have a platform that they like to eat from. Okay, well, I'll put one of those in for them. And I'm going to get rid of this. Bye-bye. And it didn't crash the game when I tried to delete it, so that's good too. Okay, so now I'm gonna hire them a keeper, actually, I think. And then I'm going to go into... I'm going to put them in their environment, and then I'm going to try and make them happy. And then I'm going to go and do a double enrichment. No, not an enrichment. Exhibit area. So that I can put 2 more species in there. Okay, so. I really hope we don't actually already have Western chimpanzees. Oh, no. Oh, no, they're in the trade center. That's fine. Okay. I want you to move to this pen, please. And I also want you to move to this pen, please. So we have 2 Western chimpanzees on the way. Are you already being moved? Oh, I can select 2 of them and move them both at once. I shall do that in future. Right, there we are. Wonderful. So I now need to work out what stuff they need. I might even get the research to be on them for a while. They're probably going to need climbing frames and all sorts of stuff. But once they're in there, I'll be able to click on them and see what they need. It's very clean, the barrier's good. You've got terrain distribution and things like that, but you can't really see much about the animals or anything like that yet because they haven't been brought in. So while they're bringing those in, I said I was going to put a little hut up here ready to put a couple of exhibits into. So let's go and have a little look at that. Have a look at blueprints, maybe? Architecture. Oh no, this is all little bits and bobs. I'd rather have a blueprint that's already there. It's a classic shelter. Okay, so they're coming into the zoo now. Fabulous. Why are they all shelters and not like quarantine area, staff room? Hang on, while I'm looking through all this, I need just to pause it, I think. So that's huge. That's just like a shelter. They had some nice little huts and things for me to put things in. Put exhibits into. And it doesn't look like there's any like Drink shop, staff room, quarantine. I want a thing I can put exhibits into. It's like a basic wooden shelter. That doesn't seem to be snapping to the top there either. I mean, I could even put the exhibit down there actually as well. That's another place I could put it. I also need to do educational stuff. Okay. Awnings, roofs, props. So, yeah, I've got a small animal exhibit there, but nothing to put into it. Put it into. I don't really want to spend a ton of time building because this is a tutorial level. There also doesn't seem to be a ton of existing blueprints that would fit this thing. Maybe the classic shelter. Could maybe get it into there if I just... Good double one. No, that doesn't seem to be very workable. Okay. Toilet block, that's a shop. I mean, I could put them in there. That's huge, though. Massive. I could probably fit a couple of exhibits into there, actually. I'll look at what else they've got. Climbing frames and stuff, which is pretty cool. I know it's like meant for you to build stuff, really. Shop shells. But I'd rather not have to build something as part of a tutorial. As part of an ongoing thing, that's fine. But I think this will be fine. I'm going to just put it here. And then put my exhibits inside. Hopefully it will let me. Okay, so I need to go to exhibits. Let's see if I can... add it in there. Oh, wonderful. Yes, I can. There we are. We've got 2 exhibits in there. Very nice. I could have put them further back if I wanted. And then it could have had like the shelter and they could have gone in there. I mean, maybe I should do that actually. Control Z it quickly. What I could do is have the exhibits like all the way back. They are kind of sticking out the roof though. And also they are kind of not on a very good level either. So I'm actually gonna... Alright then, fine. Can we redo? Oh no. I suck at this so much. Give me my blueprints back. That is definitely too big. And that's definitely too enclosed. I mean... I suppose I could put them in there. It's too big really. African Origins Workshop. A large toilet. A classic shelter here. I could put a couple of exhibits in the front of that as well. But it's huge, it's massive. Massive. That would be ideal for it as well. One of the problems is though that we're on a big slope here. I wonder whether there's a flatter piece of land I could put this on. Or if I could put it up Up here or something, maybe. I just can't get the height right, and I don't know how to change it. Because I suck. I'm not good at building in this at all. I will admit. You're like, how do I get you to go up onto and snap onto the I wonder if I can do that snappy thing. Flatten terrain. Highlight hidden barriers. I don't know, I might just be better putting this on the ground somewhere. And just hoping for the best. I can move it. Advance, move and rotate. Oh look, I've got an advance move, okay, and I can pull it up. Wonderful! That is totally what I need to put it somewhere else. Alright, okay, I've worked it out now. I kind of think it would be kind of cool outside here. You see. It's just taking my time to do this, but I'm working out some good stuff. Which one was it I was doing? It's classic shelter. So I put it down wherever I want it to be. So I want it to be kind of like there. Ish. And then click on it and then do an advanced move. And then I can pull it up here. And then I can... Wow, that's the world axis. Interesting. Translates to rotate. Ah, cool. And then I have my perfectly positioned little hut. Well, it's not the best in the world, but... And then I can just move it around a little bit more. Maybe to there or something. And then I can put my exhibits inside. So then, habitat. This is already better than it was. So then I add it to that. She says, and then it doesn't fit. Oh no. Why won't you go inside? Go anywhere except inside the actual shelter where it's meant to go. Maybe that shelter is wrong for it? I'm not sure. Or maybe I need to move the whole thing afterwards. Maybe I'll build it somewhere else and move the entire group up here. That certainly isn't working. Oh, now I'm moving parts of it. I see. Let's exit that. And go into just a move mode. I'll try one more time. But this is definitely the fiddly part of the game, I would say. Like, very, very much more fiddly. And I've forgotten where all the facilities are now. Classic shelter small. And then when I try to edit it, it's not having it at all. Okay, so I'm going to move the whole thing and see whether it's possible, you know, sort of over here or whatever, to get those things inside. All right, so facilities, exhibit, add to. It may just be that the model does not like having exhibits put into it. Okay, fine. It did seem that the African shelter would accommodate them a little better, so let's try that instead. I think it might just be the type of construction I've chosen isn't conducive. Oh, I found it. It's shift. Good stuff. And then Z to rotate. Shift to go up and down, Z to rotate. But if you do find that you forget where things are, just place it and go into advanced. That's fine. So, I did find previously that I was able to put the facilities I needed into this without too much of an issue. And I apparently now can't. Now that is interesting, huh? It's obstructed now. But it wasn't obstructed before. So I'm going to move this away. And move it over to the grass. And put the stuff in it. And then move it back again. See if I can get that to work. It might be a height thing. Interesting. It kind of is a little too small for these, again, I would say. But I'm gonna go with it, because it's taken me far too long. Alright, fine. I will control Z, and we will do this. That worked better. Okay, fine. Right, now, let's get out of here. The whole thing is sorted. And then we move the whole exhibit with everything in it over to the position I want it to be in. And it says, no, I do not want to be here. No, I am obstructed. No. So I go, all right then, you win. Can I put it here? It's too big. Gurry gur, gurry 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 gur. Malformed path part. What? I'm gonna put it there. Then I'm gonna maybe rotate it a little bit. What happened to the path that was trying to get made there? Oh, yeah. This is why I hate building. You move it the tiniest little bit. What? What's wrong with you? Oh, it's probably because it's too not properly on the ground. But we kind of do need it to snap to the path a little bit, otherwise people won't go and see it. I think. I could do that. There's some stairs going up to it. I'm kind of past caring right now. This is a tutorial mission and I've spent like an hour on it and I swear half an hour of it's been trying to get this building to work. Honestly. Ugh. But yeah, we're getting there. It is better than it was. I could do things like put support struts down there to make it look less like it's just floating in the air, that sort of thing. But I need animals to put in here. I need the animals to put in here. So, animal trading, and I am getting the hang of this again. I'm going to play quite a bit of this over the next few days, so hopefully I should start to really get the hang of the controls. I think my chimpanzees probably need a little bit of TLC at this point though, if they are in here. Yeah. So one of them is in here at least. and 24% welfare. So no enrichment. Social is really bad, but I think there's only one in there at the moment. Should have enough space, but doesn't like the plants and needs a hard shelter. Okay, we can do that. Habitat, so I need a hard shelter. There's some nice shelters nowadays. I'll put you a really funky shelter in. Some massive ones. That's a nice one. So these weren't in the beta version. These have all been added. They're lovely. I like them. Sink you in a tiny bit so you don't look ridiculous and like, oh man. Alright, I'm gonna move this. I spend my whole life in this game at the moment. Just trying to make things not look like they're floating in the air, honestly. That'll do. They can get in. That's the main thing. And there's not a huge gap in the floor. Yeah, okay, that'll do. So that is another happiness point for this little chimp. So if I play it for a tiny bit, it should be like, yay, hard shelter, fantastic. 28%. Now, plants. You like African tropical plants. So I can filter that. Okay, so everything that's left should be appropriate for my lovely little... Oh, that's a nice tree. Oh, I like those. They're cool. Hopefully they're not going to be too climbable. Lots of vines and fern and all this sort of thing. I'm going to play it for a sec. And then have another look at the plants and stuff. So, yeah, the plants are severely inappropriate, apparently. Alright, then. But it's up to 9% and it was 0, so I'm imagining we just need more. Another tree. Oh, they like that tree. Yay! Put a couple of them in then. One over there. Hopefully, as I say, it won't allow them to climb out. So that's looking quite pretty, actually. I like that. So that was enough to get the plants up to 99%. Let's have a little mangrove apple tree in here as well. Stick that over there. So they got some nice trees in there. Quite happy with that. The enrichment is non-existent. The terrain is fine. Social is not. Space is a problem. Now that was something I was slightly worried about. Might not be something I'll fix in this tutorial. If it was a zoo, I would try and fix that, but it's really hard sometimes to find exactly the right size of enclosure. So what I may do in future, again, I've put the paths in quite prematurely, so I might put the animal in, try and work out how much space it needs, and then expand, because what you can do with the enclosures is you can just like edit the barrier and you can pull it around, so you can pull them out a little bit, like, well, you could anyway. You could, I think if I say edit barrier, and then I just pull those out and I can pull them around. Ah, it seems like you can't do that anymore. You could in the beta, so I don't know, I might just have to take away sections and just, what I would probably do there is to make another section out like that. And then I would just take away this bit in the middle. So yeah, they do need a bit more space than that. And you can see, compared to how small that chimp is, it needs tons of space. But I'll try and make everything else nice. I'm sorry that it's not good enough for you. That there is not enough space. It does tell you somewhere, I think, that how much space they actually need. Stud book, social, genetics, terrain. Ah, actually, the enclosure area is fine. The space problem is actually climbable area. So, if I just put in a nice platform for them, this is actually big enough. That's fine then. They only need 780 meters squared, and I've given them like a pen that's 3 times the size they need. Well, I suppose there's lots of room for me to put in climbing frames then. Alright, let's see if we can get a nice looking climbing frame. A climbing frame fit for large animals. There. How's that? We need more. We need more climbable area, apparently. Large animal climbing frame 3. These guys are going to need tons of climbing space. That'll go quite nicely about there. Sorry I put a climbing frame on top of your head, but... you know, that was the best, nicest place for it. Okay, so now I've put those in. I'm just going to just quickly play it and see if that changes. Yeah, we got loads of climbable area now. They are super duper happy with that. So, probably overdone it now. Social group. We need too few adults and juveniles in the animal social group. But once we've sorted that out, it's just enrichment. Okay, cool. So I'll do enrichment, and then hopefully the other one is on the way. That research is complete. Cool. I may have to split this into 2 again. Man. I spent so long doing everything and trying to work everything out. I apologise for that, though. I know that it can sometimes be frustrating for people who already know what they're doing with this sort of thing. Maybe people who've played Planet Coaster and stuff like that, to watch me fumbling about through the controls and working out what to do. But I think I'm getting the hang of it every time I play a little bit more. So what was I doing? I was going to go look at enrichment. So, do we have anything that a chimpanzee would like to play with? Or do we need to do research first? They like that, apparently, whatever that is. Apparently they also like termite mounts. Well, we'll give them one of them too. And they also like these things, whatever they are. Even is that? Tool puzzle feeder. Very nice. So hopefully they'll play with all those things. And there should be some food and water enrichment. No. Enrichment items. Okay, and actually some of those are enrichment, food enrichment, species enrichment, species toy. Oh, right, so they're all food enrichments. So we don't really have toy enrichments for them. Disease. And that still gives me 0% on enrichment. What? No, 50% enrichment. So now they're 70% welfare. That's much better. So that's a lovely little cage for them. So we're going to go and work out what we want to put in here next. And that should hopefully be the end of it, because hopefully then I should be on my 12 species. We're on 10 now. I just need to put these 2 in and we're good. So, I need to do exhibit trading and see what I want to buy. Like a snake or something. Oh no. Where's my animal market? There we are. Giant burrowing cockroachy looking things. Ew. Alright then. There's like millions of them, and there's like giant snails. Gila monsters. Goliath frog. Well, you look pretty cool. I'm going to adopt a couple of you. And then an iguana. Yeah, let's have 2 of you. Male and female. Okay. So now if I go to my zoo page and my I've forgotten where it is. I don't need my facilities. I need my animals. Is it just under exhibit trading? Is that... Oh, there they are. They're in the trade center and I need to just move them. So the Goliath frog will go in there. That'll be a Goliath frog exhibit. The other Goliath frog will go in there. And then these guys, oh yeah, I remember I can move both of them into there. Wonderful. And then we'll just sort out their happiness and everything. I like to make sure... I know I don't have to add 3 species into here. I don't have to make them happy. But this is a nice enclosure I've made them now. I'm not entirely happy with this place. But I'm happier with this than I was with just a box on the ground, which is what I had in my previous zoo. Just I didn't have a ton of building space and stuff. So I could have made like a platform or something that was big enough for it to go on. I could have made that out of paths or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to play around with a lot of the building stuff. But anyway. Hurry up and bring my animals. It would help if I unpaused it. Right, so the second chimpanzee is in the zoo. So hopefully they are both super happy now that each other are there. Social group is 35%. So we need more, but it's a good start. And they're pretty happy. They're like 87% happy. So there's a few things we can do to improve things, but they're pretty good so far. I don't know if there's a keeper assigned to here, but I'm going to go and hire one and just make sure. Because they're going to need a keeper. You are assigned to this bit. And I know I can kind of make areas where they work and zone them and all that sort of thing. But again... Not going to bother with that just for a small tutorial session. See, I could have just taken those and just plonked them down there. But I'm trying to be a little bit more, like, cool about things and put things into the shelters and stuff. And I'm hoping that eventually I'll get to the point where I can build things that are really appropriate for this. What I'll probably do is get one of the large shelters in my big zoo. I'll get a really large shelter and then I can have like 8 exhibits or something inside them. Just put them in a really nice area and then put some stuff around. I love how they all have umbrellas when it rains. That's so cool. Right, are they in there yet? So they're not too happy with their exhibits layout. Okay, let's have a little look. So the climate's very slightly off. They need a slightly warmer temperature. There we are. But it wasn't too far off. And they're not too happy with the layout. We haven't researched any enrichment for them, so that's probably about as good as we're going to get for now. But they've still got 85% welfare. These guys are really unhappy. They're unhappy with the humidity in the cage there. So they need probably a slightly drier environment, I would imagine. Maybe gone a little bit over the top there. There. Perfect humidity for them. We can't do much about the layout. The layout is something that you just, if you want to get to the 100% on the welfare, you do them a good layout. And again, that's something that in my franchise zoo I try to do. Try to research everything and give them lots of enrichment items. And then as you get more and more enrichment items, they do sometimes overlap as well. So I might do something for a lizard and it might be still good for a frog or a snake or something. And there we go. So hopefully that should be... Why have we only got 11? Did we already have some exhibits with a iguana in or something? Let's have a look. Okay, let's go to zoo page. Let's go to animals. And let's go to exhibits. So, we have an iguana, a cockroach. Iguana, 2 Goliath frogs, and an empty exhibit. Well, I could certainly go put something in that empty exhibit wherever it is. we've got an empty exhibit over here that we could stick something into. Oh, there we are, yes. Not 100% sure why we must have already had one thing. Stop alerting me to everything, eh? Anything that we don't have. We've got those iguanas. Or the Gila monsters. Do we have a giant land snail? I don't think we do. Let's adopt a couple of them. I'll put them in here. In fact, I need to go to there, don't I? I need to go doop doop. Move you guys there.
My,
there we
you
go.
have been busy, haven't you? Splendid. But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Come on, get to it.
Love her. Love her. Love her so much. Okay, this is definitely going to have to be split into two. However, because I've already spent time making their welfare good, hopefully that shouldn't be too bad. So the land snails need a little bit of TLC. Now, they do not like their humidity. It's probably too dry for them. It would not surprise me if it was too dry for them. Yes, it is too dry for them. So let's... No, it's not. It's too wet for them, actually. The humidity is too high. It'll make them explode. They're snails. Let's get that to the right area. Good stuff. And now they're happy. Cool. So, how high does it need to be? We're at 84% and the average habitat species welfare needs to be 90%. Okay, so let's go and see if there's anything across the zoo that we can do to really up that. We might need to go and do a lot of research. We'll have to see. So, let's have a look at the zoo and let's have a look at the average welfare of everything, if we can. And just see who's struggling. The bonobos seem to be struggling a lot, actually, and there's a lot of them, so that's really going to bring the average down. Let's go and see them. Go and see their habitat. Can we just go there? There we are. That's my finding button. I was looking for everywhere earlier on. So there's something not quite right with these guys. They're only 64% on their welfare because they don't have any enrichment or a hard shelter. That would be fairly easy to fix, I think. Habitat enrichment I need, and then there should be shelters under here. Lots of really funky little shelters for them. I like this little shelter, it's quite cute. Again, it's quite big, isn't it? So we could get them a little wooden shelter in there somewhere. Would it fit over here? Yeah. There we are, that's a little wooden shelter. So that's already helped them quite a bit. We might need another one somewhere else as well, actually. Yeah, a little shelter here too. There we are. That's plenty of shelter for them. And then enrichment. They're going to need toy and food enrichment. Let's have a look what bonobo's like. I'm trying to do this with as little research as possible, but I may need to start researching things. We don't know much about you guys, do we? Ah, you like these. Lovely. Got a termite mound. Yes. Apparently that works. That's interesting. How even though that wasn't technically something. That's super interesting. Toy enrichment. Okay, let's have a look. A rubbing pillar. How would that be good for you guys? I think that's more like maybe a skittle. Maybe that might be kind of cool. No, they don't like that. Okay, let's delete it. Do you guys like a sprinkler? Oh, there's no water to this part of the zoo. Okay, that's fine. How about a musical keyboard? Oh, now I can't see. I've lost my bonobos. I click on you. I want to just see how your enrichment is going. Right, yes. Apparently the musical keyboard... Oh, one's using it already. That's so cute. So anything that's like a toy. A grab ball, maybe? That's more... I think that's more herbivorous. A small ball. How about that? No. See, I'm kind of, like, it's a lot of guesswork at the moment. Herbal scent markers. Oh, no. You've run away now. I need to click on a bonobo so that I can see. Come back. Come back here, you. There's like 7 million of them in here. I want to just like click on the... I need to bring up the habitat thingy. But all I'm doing is bringing up barrier sections. Is that because I'm in a build menu? Yes, it is. So you have to be out of a build menu and click on the barrier and then it comes up with that. That's fine. There. I promise you I'm working it out, okay? And then we can click on one of these guys. Oh no, half of them are boxed still. How are they boxed up? I thought I'd unboxed all of them. I'm confused about that. It would say unbox all the animals as well. Right, so that should help a lot. So now they're up at 88%. We want to ideally get them up at 90 if we can. Their habitat is really good. And it's just their enrichment, really. So toy enrichment. I'm struggling to find the right toys for them. Let's just get back in here. Right, toy enrichment. Oh, so waterfall and metal variant. Okay. Cardboard box. Every animal loves a cardboard box, right?
Lovely job there.
Ah, yes.
You should be proud of yourself.
Wonderful.
Not only have you expanded the zoo and kept the animals as happy as Lanny, but you didn't bankrupt us in the process.
Yay!
Amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna probably split this little dude into 2 45-minute episodes for you of me being awesome.
Transformed the zoo.
Transforming the zoo.
I rarely recognize it.
Yes.
A wonderful new exhibit, some fascinating new species, and you've done wonders for the animals' welfare by enriching their habitats.
And I've even learned a bit more about building today.
Who doesn't love playing with a 3-foot wide soccer ball, huh? I mean, other than professional soccer players. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy, though. I expect money was tighter than a possum's pouch. Plowing all those funds back into the welfare of the animals doesn't make running these places a picnic. Although, it does make me feel a little less guilty about how much our gift shops charge. No, as far as I'm concerned, the only reason to run a zoo is to help animalkind. Sadly, it appears some other people have far less noble goals.
Ooh, so we got a gold star there. We've opened everything up, and so I am gonna leave you guys there. So as I say, this will be 2 episodes on my ape zoo, and then we will move on to the next one, and I will be learning as I go. And once I've done a lot more of the tutorial stuff, I'll go back to my franchise zoo, and I'll hopefully have a lot of ideas on how to improve it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you would like to see more Planet Zoo, then please just stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed and notifications are on, and I'll let you know when those videos are out. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, though, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.